The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network. All of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ron Chuckett. Welcome to the program for this 22nd day of April, 2022. And we got ourselves a cross-sectional, cross-divisional smash-up of epic proportions. It's the California Angels, who are 2.5 games behind the Kansas City Royals in second place of the American League West, going against the Toronto Blue Jays, who are 2.5 games up on the second place Boston Red Sox in the American League East. On a rainy night in Anaheim, it's not a happy time at Disney because it is raining in Southern California. I just don't understand. So the Blue Jays are 51-34. The Angels are 44-40. Games of July 12th, Friday night, 1985, going into the All-Star break. How about that? So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's play some ball, shall we? As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 85 tonight from Anaheim, California. It's the California Angels and the Toronto Blue Jays. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever, YouTube, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. I meant to say Spreaker. That was the word I couldn't quite choke out. So Kirk McCaskill warming up for the Angels. As we said, 79 degrees here in Anaheim. And there is a light rain, which is unusual. McCaskill, the pride of the University of Vermont, 24 years old, fastball pitcher at 88, and a standard pitcher making his 14th start of the year. He'll make 29 in total. He is 3-3 with a 4.47 ERA. In 86, next year, he would be the number 2, I think, behind Bobby Witt, or Mike Witt, in that rotation. Last win against the Red Sox on July 7th, so on full rest. In a 11-7 loss, he went 6 innings through 110 pitches, gave up 14 hits, 9 runs, all earned, including 5 home runs. My goodness gracious, 5 home runs in a game? He walked 1 and struck out 1. How you doing, Zelderon? Happy Friday. 90 2/3 innings for Kirk, 100 hits, 48 runs, 45 earned, 15 homers. He's walked 28 and struck out 55. The lineup he'll face: Damaso Garcia at second will lead off for the Jays. Lloyd Mosby in center will bat second. Rance Mulliniks will play third and bat third. George Bell is in left. He'll clean up. Newly acquired Al Oliver is the DH for the Jays. He'll bat fifth. Willie Upshaw moves down to sixth. He'll play first. Ernie Witt behind the plate. He'll bat seventh. Jesse Barfield in right bats eighth. And Tony Fernandez on the mound will go, or in short, will bat ninth. Jimmy Key is on the mound. He should throw about 115 pitches. Brian Downing is 7-3 in left as we set the California defense for you. Rupert Jones, a 6-9 in center, and Brown is a 6-6 in right. Doug DeCince a 5 at third. Dick Schofield a 7 at short. Bobby Grich an 8 at second. Juan Beniquez a 3 at first. And Bob Boone behind the plate. He's a 6-8. McCaskill a 7 range and a .927 fielding percentage. So Garcia digs in the Blue Jays in game 86. 51-34, digging in at 262, 3 homers and 25 RBI. And this one starts with a chopper over the mound. Grich on the grass, throws to first, 1 out. It brings up Mosby. Lloyd at 264, 12 homers, and 54 RBI. McCaskill winds and deals. Ground ball to second. Grich will take it. Over to Beniquez, 2 out. Brings up Rance Mullenix at 310, 6 homers, and 30 RBI. Big Dave 1174 says, Happy Friday. Thank you. Go Jays. There's quite a few Jays that watch our streams, or Jays fans. Pitch to Mullenix. Popped up. Boone dodges the raindrops into foul territory and watches that hit the screen. So the count is 2-2. McCaskill should go about 120 pitches. Mullenix grounds one to first. Beniquez takes it to the bag, and that will retire the side. Toronto 3 up, 3 down. Half an inning in the books, no score. So the first time we've seen Jimmy Key, I think, and that is the most boyish 80s boy band cover of an album I've ever seen. He looks so pensive there. Poor Jimmy. What's he doing in Toronto? Pitching well is what Pee Wee's going to do. He's 24 years old, a fly ball plus pitcher. Fastball tops out at 85. Making his 17th start of the year. He is 7-4 with a 447 earned run average. He has faced the Angels twice, 0-1 against them with a 10.03 ERA. That's not good. 11 2/3 innings, 18 hits, 13 runs, all earned. He's walked 4 and struck out 8. His last start was against Oakland on the 7th, so 5 days rest. He got the win in a 6-2 game, 6 1/3 innings, 112 pitches, 4 hits, 2 runs, all earned. A homer. He has walked 2 and struck out 3. So in 114 2/3 innings, he's allowed 101 hits, 57 runs, all earned, 17 homers allowed. That's a lot. He has walked 29 and struck out 46. It'll be Juan Beniquez leading off for the Angels at first. Brian Downing will bat second in left field. Reggie Jackson is the DH. He'll go third. Brown, I think it's Mike Brown, is in right. He'll clean up. Doug DeCinces batting fifth at third. Bobby Grich will go sixth, as he was the one that stole Christmas at second base. Rupert Jones in center field will bat seventh. Schofield at short. Dick will bat eighth. Bob Boone behind the plate going ninth, and McCaskill threw 16 pitches in his half of the first. First game that Big Dave ever saw was at Exhibition Stadium. Been a Jays fan ever since, so we knew it was after 1977. George Bell is a 5 and a 5 in left for Toronto. Lloyd Mosby a 5 and a 4 in center. Barfield an 8 and a 10 in right. Rance Mullenix a 3 at third. Tony Fernandez an 8 at short. Damaso Garcia a 4 at second. Willie Upshaw is a 6 at first. Ernie Witt a 6 and a 3 behind the plate. Dick Dirt Track Stefan. Well, yeah, you can join in live. Well, thanks for watching us. Witt a 6 and a 3 behind the plate. And Jimmy Key is a 7 on the mound with a 957 fielding percentage. It's the first-time chatter I've had in a couple days that wasn't trying to spam for followers and all that. So don't disappoint me, Mr. Stefan. Beniquez steps in at 270, 7 homers and 27 RBI. And Juan keeps this one in the infield. Upshaw on the dirt, underhands it to Key, covering 1 out. Again, I mean, you'd think, you're looking at that picture of Jimmy Key, that he'd be ecstatic at 24 to be on a contending ball club. No. He's just thinking of what girl's heart he broke. Unfortunately, he gave all of his songs to Adele and Taylor Swift. Brian Downing at 274, 12 homers and 44 RBI. Key winds and deals, and Downing sends this one to left. Bell has to go back, but he'll make the catch. 2 out. Brings up Reggie Jackson. Reggie, pensive as hell. Isn't he? Yeah. You look at Reggie, who loved being with Reggie. Reggie at 254, 16 homers, and 44 RBIs. I mean, I did not know that Justin Bieber pitched for the Toronto Blue Jays. He's clearly in the zone, and that would be AutoZone. Pitch to Reg. Jackson swings into right. Barfield is there, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the second. No score. When pictures, of course, are taken, and that blue background, I don't know if it was in Dundean or something for the Blue Jays yearbook. Who would have thought 37 or so years later, too cool for school, there you go, that people will be picking on pictures from a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. You notice that there are no pictures of me easily visible from 1985. Bell at 275, 17 homers and 61 RBI. McCaskill starts the second with a base hit into left center. Downing cuts it off, and Bell will have a single as the throw goes into Schofield. So bring up Al Oliver, who's over from the L.A. Dodgers. Okay, Blue Jay fans, who'd you give up for Oliver? Al is 2 for 9 in this American League stint. Remember, he did play a few years for the Rangers. He has an RBI. His real numbers for Toronto, 251, 5 homers, and 23 RBI. Pitch from McCaskill. Oliver, ground ball right side. Brown will pull it in. Not before Oliver reaches with a single. And it's not Fergie Oliver either. It's Al. Here's Willie Upshaw. Willie at 269, 8 homers and 46 RBI. Nobody out, 2 on, top of the second. Toronto leading the East, California 2.5 back in the West. Into right field, Brown going back there, way back, and will make the catch against the fence for the first out. Bell tags and goes to third, and the throw just goes back in the infield. So runner in scoring position for Ernie Witt, 253, 12 homers and 36 RBI. McCaskill deals, and there's a high fly ball, left center field. Back goes Downing, but Bryan will have that hit the wall. Bell has scored. Oliver will round third. Downing does not have much of an arm. Schofield throws it home, and Oliver is out. They got him. Wow, wow, wow. So Downing knew he wasn't going to be able to go to the plate. He threw it to Schofield, and Ducky threw a bullet home to get Oliver. Steeler fan, how are you? So the Blue Jays get a run. And here's Barfield, but they can't bring home Oliver. There was not a high chance of that play being made. But as Dave reminds me, and it's absolutely true, just because there is some chance, it doesn't mean no chance. Nothing is absolutely certain. Barfield at 294, 15 homers and 43 RBI. Now you see in that picture of Barfield, wherever he is, he's happy to be there. There's a smile. He's posing. Yeah, I'm in a good spot. Not Jimmy Key. Here's the ground ball to third. DeCinces across the way. And that will retire the side. Blue Jays, however, do get a run on 3 hits and no errors. They leave a runner on. Mike Brown coming up. I believe he was with the Red Sox for a while, too. 1-0 Toronto. So Mike not there on picture day. 238, no homers, and 5 RBI. And the happy-go-lucky Jimmy Key is pinned to a 1-run lead. Pitch to Brown. Ground ball, base hit up the middle. So the Angels have the leadoff runner on for DeCinces. Doug at 247, 10 homers and 45 RBI. Brown on first, DeCinces in the left center. Mosby tracks it down. and will make the catch for the out, one away. Steeler fan is now counting my new streak for not being able to score. Snapped yesterday at 30 innings. Here's Gritch, 237, 9 homers, 32 RBI. From the stretch. Struck him out. Gritch takes a 1-2 changeup on the corner. 2 out. Here's Rupert Jones. Can't hit lefties. Why the heck is he in this game? Oh, Gene Mock, you silly, silly manager, you. Hitting 199, 8 homers and 31 RBI. Pitch to Rupert. Into left center. Mosby drifts back. Lloyd is there. Makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Angels get a hit and leave them right there. After 2, 1-0 Jays. So Tony Fernandez, then Toronto flips the lineup, Garcia and Mosby. Tony at 276, 2 homers and 23 RBI. Fernandez grounds 1 to first, Beniquez. For the out, we talked last night about Aaron Boone walking Miguel Cabrera his last time up. Happy Friday, Tribe fan. So he couldn't get his 3,000th hit against the Yankees. What'd you think of, now I forget who it was, of the bases loaded intentional walk earlier this week? Garcia is 0 for 1. McCaskill is opening 9, 41 pitches, 2 in the third innings, and 3 hits. If I remember, that was fairly early in the game, too. Pitch. Garcia grounds 1 to short. Schofield over to first for the out. 2 out for Mosby. Lloyd is 0 for 1. I think it was Trout that got the Barry Bonds honor. It's only happened 8 times since 1900 or something like that. That's a healthy amount of respect. Pitch to Mosby. Ball 4. There's Mullenix. Rance is 0 for 1. Base hit, right field. Brown is there. Mullenix turning for 2, and he's going to get in there with his... Mosby's going to score. 20th double of the year. So that's an RBI, and it's 2-0 Toronto. Brings up George Bell. Singleton scored his first time up. McCaskill's pitch. Bell, line drive to right center. Jones makes the catch. Maybe. He's going to dive and makes the catch. There we go. I knew I was right. So another run for the Jays at the bottom of the third inning. It's 2-0 Toronto. So Schofield, Boone, and Beniquez to face Jimmy Key here in the third. Schofield at 209, 4 homers and 25 RBI. Oh, Corey Seager was walked with the bases loaded. Okay. That's a healthy amount of respect. And thanks for whoever the new sub is. It doesn't tell me who it is. That's a healthy amount of respect. Pitch to Schofield. Ground ball to first. Upshaw has it for the out. Here's Bob Boone. Bob at 228, 3 homers and 16 RBI. Into right. Barfield makes the catch against the wall. That was actually a very good play. So 2 out. That one tailed away from Barfield, and Barfield is just really good out there. Here's Beniquez, 0 for 1. Key's opening 9, 30 pitches, 2 2/3, a hit, a strikeout, and a lost date at Niagara Falls. Pitch to Benitez. There's a ground ball to Fernandez on the run by the bag at second over to first, and they get one. A good play by Fernandez, and California goes down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 3, 2-0 Toronto. So Oliver, Upshaw, and Witt, lefty, lefty, lefty to face McCaskill here. Al singled his first time up. Walked him. So Al, at least on this day, is doing well. You did your resub. Thank you, Zeldaron. I do appreciate that. Mostly it tells me who those are. I just happen to notice in the top of my screen where I read you guys, it tells me my subscriber stuff. And I saw that it had changed, but it didn't tell me in my activity feed that it had changed. So thank you, Zeldaron. Willie Upshaw's 0 for 1. Oliver on first. Popped up. Into center field, Jones. It's him. And Oliver goes back to first. Brings up Ernie Witt. Ernie doubled his first time up and drove in his 37th run. McCaskill already on 64 pitches. It'll be, Tribe Fran brings it up. Hold on a sec. I gotta check my messages. Oh, and a water main break. It'll be for LaFleur on Sunday at noon. Daryl LaMonica never made the Hall of Fame, did he? One of the better quarterbacks in AFL history with both Buffalo and then Oakland. The Mad Bomber pitched to Witt. Got him. He swung on and missed, and that's the first for McCaskill. Brings up Barfield as 0 for 1. But no, we will pay tribute to Guy LaFleur Sunday at noon here on Retro Sports Network. Not sure what year, and who he will face. I got this 60 win year, so it's probably going to be from 76, 77. Pitch to Barfield. Struck him out. McCaskill gets 2, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits. They leave a runner on halfway through the 4th. 2-0 Toronto. Yeah, 2 hockey greats gone in a week for sure. All right. Well, Texas is the team that's blacked out this time, but let's take a look at the standings for this 12th of July 1985. The Dodgers' lead over Houston is now 5.5. They have won 3 straight, have the Dodgers. Cincinnati's come back down to earth a little bit. They are now 10 games back. In the East, St. Louis, 12.5 over Montreal, 16.5 over New York, who's won 8 of 10, but they're still under 500. And they are really not playing well at Shea. The Mets are 15-23 at Shea Stadium. In the American League West, the Royals are 2.5 up on these Angels. The A's are 4.5, Chicago 6, Texas and Seattle 7 and 7.5, and Minnesota may finally be giving up the ghost at 10.5 back. In the East, the Jays have won 3 straight, 2.5 over the Red Sox and 5.5 over the trio of the Yankees, Orioles, and Tigers. All 5 of those teams in the AL East have a positive run differential. So Downing is 0 for 1 as we start the bottom of the 4th. Into right center, Mosby rides the Schwinn, 1 out. Brings up Reggie, who's 0 for 1. Struck him out. Key got him to chase an 86-mile-an-hour fastball. So 2 out for Mike Brown, who has himself a single. So yeah, we will give Gee his due at the form. Pitch to Brown. Ground ball up the middle. Garcia over to first, and that will retire the side. So Jimmy Key, despite looking like he lost his dog, has thrown pretty well. A 1-hitter through 4. We go to the 5th, 2-0 Toronto. So Tony Fernandez is 0 for 1. LaFleur lived to be 70. Had been sick. I think that was his second bout with cancer. That certainly wasn't his first. And probably because of his stature within the province of Quebec and in the city of Montreal, the biggest loss for the Canadians for a player since John Beliveau died a few years ago. Pitch to Fernandez. Tony rips that one into left center, and he's going to have 2. He was going all the way, and Jones got in the throw a little bit late, so he slides in for his 13th double of the year. Brings up Garcia, who's 0 for 2. McCaskill's opening 18 on 82 pitches. 4 innings, 5 hits. Both the runs are earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 2. So not only 2 hockey greats within the last week, 2 hockey greats from Montreal. As remember, Bossy was from Montreal as well. Pitch to Garcia. Ground ball to second. Gritch over to first for the out. Fernandez moves to third. 1 out for Mosby. Lloyd has walked and scored. He's 0 for 1. Go Jays! LaMonica lived to be 80. But as I said, I don't remember if Darrell's in the Hall of Fame or not. Pitch to Mosby. There's a ground ball base hit right side. Fernandez will score. And it's now 3-0 Toronto. So here's Mullenix. Rance has doubled. 1 for 2. And drove in his 31st run. Mosby on first. 1 out. Top the 5th. 3-0 Jays. Little chopper to first. Beniquez won't have it run foul. He goes to the bag himself, and Mullenix is out by an eyelash. Mosby had second clearly. Beniquez not as fast as he used to be. Nope, I'm sorry. Waited to the last second before underhanding it to McCaskill, and so it will go on the card 3-1. Here's Bell. George singled and scored. 1 for 2. There goes Mosby. That's in the left. Downing will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Halfway home on a Friday afternoon. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. It is the Jays 3, the Angels nothing. To join us late, here's how he got here. Ernie Witt doubled home George Bell in the second to make a 1-0 Toronto. Rance Mullenix in the third doubled home Mosby to make it 2-0 Toronto. And then Mosby singled home a run in the fifth to make it 3-0 Toronto. Jimmy Key throwing a 1-hitter. He struck out 2. McCaskill 6 hits through 5, and all 3 runs are earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 2, and LaMonica is not in the Hall of Fame. I don't think his numbers would merit that anyway. He never got a ring. As we said, quarterback for the Bills, and then ran John Madden's offense to a T for years in Oakland before Kenny Stabler took over. The Sensei's 0 for 1. That's into left field. Bell backing up way back there, and it is 3-1. That would be in the football bleachers. So DeCinces gets the Angels on the board with his 11th of the year. And here it is again. He cracked that one, didn't he? It is still raining here in Anaheim, 72 degrees. And it's a lie when they say it never rains in Southern California, because it's raining right now. He did win 3 AFL championships. Okay, Oakland in 67. Buffalo in 64 and 65, I think. No small accomplishment for sure. Bobby Grich struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Only the second hit for the Angels. Ground ball to first. Upshaw, 2 out. Or 1 out. Yep, 64, 65, and 67. So twice for the Bills. Once, and I think both of those were over the San Diego Chargers, right? And in 67, they beat... Well, they went to the Super Bowl and got crushed by the Packers. Wasn't the Jets. It wasn't the Patriots. Now, I don't know. It was before my time. Here's Jones. Rupert is 0 for 1. Into right. Back goes Barfield. Way back. And Rupert, I believe, has made this a one-run game. He may not hit him a lot, but he made solid contact there. And so it's 3-2. That's his 9th of the year. And now it's a one-run game. That ball was hammered. So I'm being told that the Raiders beat the Oilers in 67. And just a slight reminder that in the AFL, the Oilers were an Eastern Division team, while Dallas/Kansas City was in the Western Division. Although I do think that Houston is farther east in Texas than Dallas. Dick Schofield's 0 for 1. Now it's a one-run game. Key, who gave up 22 homers on the real year, has given up 19 so far in the replay. That's a lot. Schofield swings a ground ball to third. Mullenix barely on the grass. Throws to Upshaw. And Schofield is out on the bang-banger. So 2 out for Bob Boone, is 0 for 1. Boone swings into left center. Mosby has to go back, but he'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. So 2 solo home runs to Sensei and Jones has the Angels within 1. We go to the 6th, 3-2 Toronto. And McCaskill coming down to brass tacks here as he'll face Oliver, Upshaw, and Witt. The other thing with Guy Lafleur, he won 4 cups. 76 through 79, they beat the Bruins twice, the Rangers once, and I want to say the Flyers. Houston is further east than Dallas. And so that's why, in AFL terms, the Dallas Texans, later to become the Kansas City Chiefs, are in the West, and the Houston Oilers were in the East. But in NFL parlance, Dallas is the Eastern team. Pitch to Oliver. There's a ground ball to first. Beniquez has it 1 out. And you know what? You never hear talk of geography on a Fortnite stream. But if you give some weird-looking girl at rides a pickle Rick, she might write that on herself for 15 bucks. Willie Upshaw's 0 for 2. The Caskell deals. That's into right. Brown coming in. And that's an out. So 2 away for Ernie Witt. Ernie is 1 for 2, a double and an RBI. You're a Blue Jay fan now. Obviously, you know about Buck Martinez and his cancer diagnosis. And we wish nothing but the best for Buck. Buck, one of the better analysts in all of baseball. And I didn't think was all that bad in play-by-play. I mean, no one was going to confuse him for Gary Cohen or Vin Scully or anything like that. But he wasn't Hawk Harrelson either. Pitch to Witt. Ernie sends this one into shallow right center. Jones comes in, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Jays go in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 3-2 Toronto. So Jimmy Key has now faced 18 batters, 75 pitches, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 homers, and that both came in the 5th to Sensei and Jones. He has struck out 2. So Beniquez 0 for 2. You bought the 68, the Steeler fan bought the 68 Strat card set. And that just wasn't the 6 teams, right? That was the whole kit and caboodle. It's a popular year. It's a good year. I wonder how many times, if you played the Colts and the Jets in that Super Bowl, how many times Namath and company would win. Beniquez in the shallow right center. In comes Mosby. 1 out. So here's Brian Downing. Downing is 0 for 2. Key is only thrown 77 pitches. He can go for a while. Not like that, though. That's down the right field line. Downing is going to get 2. And he's going to try for 3. He rounds second. Garcia has it. He hustles the throw to Mullenix. This is going to be close. And Downing is safe. He's got his first triple of the year. And so the tying run is on third, 1 out for Reggie Jackson, who's 0 for 2. You're thinking of doing the Steelers? Yep, the Steelers were lousy. They played at Forbes Field. The Jets and the Colts. The Jets have no running game. That really was all on Joe Willie. And the Colts, at what point did Morrill take over for Unitas that year? Yeah, it is sad about Buck. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Did they say what type of cancer it was? Pitch to Jackson. Gets away from Witt. Here comes Downing, and the Angels have tied this game at 3. A wild pitch from Key scores Downing, and it's 3-3. And a 2-2 count to Reggie with 1 out. Base is empty. Got him. He swung on and missed on the fastball. 2 out for Brown. Mike is 1 for 2. If you're curious about Strat basketball, by the way, you got 9 days left to do this. They are offering the PC Windows game for half price. And so if you get that with the card image, it's on sale for $33.50. Add in the season of your choice, unless you just want to play the current one, and you get it for 61 bucks. Normally, if you buy the game and the card option, just with the season that comes, the current season that comes with it, that's normally 67. So a good deal if you are curious about Stratomatic basketball. No mention of what type of cancer Zalapsky says. He says he hopes to be back for the pennant run. We are too. Pitch to Brown. Mike swings. Ground ball past Garcia. That's a base hit. Only the 5th hit for the Angels. DeSensei 1 for 2. It is 11th in the 5th. Driven in 46. So Key kind of has lost the script here in the 6th. DeSensei powers that one in the alley in left center. Bell cuts it off. Brown will hold. I imagine. No, it's going for third, and the throw is cut off. So runners on the corners, 2 out for Gritch. Bobby is 0 for 2 with the strikeout. There's 2 out. Unitas was hurt in the preseason, so Earl Morrill made all 14 starts. Okay. And that was a team, you had, Tom Matty, kind of a Swiss Army knife out of the backfield. Don Shula was the coach. Key and Witt get together. Brown on third, DeCinces on first. And Gritch draws the walk, so they're loaded. So imagine if you were a Colts fan in the fall of 68, 2 out for Rupert Jones. Jones also homered, that time down the line. If Strat allowed you to roll the dice, I'd be all in on that sale. Action PC is so good that scratches a non-dice itch. Okay. That you gotta think, oh no. No Johnny U all year, but yet it was a championship year for them. Key and Witt converge again. The pitch to Jones. Rupert strikes out. Got him looking, and that will retire the side. But the Angels have tied this ballgame on a run on 3 hits and no errors. We go to the 7th, 3-3. Barfield is 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Fernandez and Garcia to follow. McCaskill really down to his last base runner. But he has hung around long enough to turn what might have been a loss into a no decision. Ball 4. I don't know what's in the new edition. The last one I bought for Strat was a couple years ago. So we'll make the move. For Doug Corbett. Doug is 33 years old. Fly ball pitcher and a fastball pitcher at 87, making his 22nd appearance of the year. 1 and 2 with an earned run average of 615. That's not very good. His 4th appearance against the Blue Jays, 2 2/3 innings, 3 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts, however. He has pitched well against them. Last outing was against the Brewers on the 9th in a 7-3 loss. 3 innings, 40 pitches, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned a homer. He walked 1 and struck out 2. 33 2/3 innings, 41 hits, 24 runs, 23 earned. He's given up 8 homers, 15 walks, and struck out 23. And as I'm being reminded in the chat, as far as Unitas and Morrill are concerned, kind of like, oh no Trent Gree at all this year. And the guy that used to bag groceries took over, and Wally pipped him essentially. Kurt Warner is in the Hall of Fame. Fastest show on turf. So with Barfield on first, Fernandez 1 for 2 with a double. Corbett starts his work. Barfield goes. Hitting runners on. Brown's going to get there and right. That's pretty shallow. Barfield needs to scamper back, and they do not try to throw to get him. So here's Garcia. Damaso is 0 for 3. Both teams symmetrical. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and they've left 4 on. Base hit left field. Downing will stop it. And so that's a 7th Toronto hit. So first and second, 1 out for Mosby. Lloyd is 1 for 2. He has singled, scored, walked, and driven in a run. First and second, Mosby walks. And so the Jays have him loaded for Rance Mulliniks. And with 18,000 lefties coming up, Pat Clements is coming in. So lefty versus lefty. Pat's only going to be here another 2 weeks. 23 years old, a fastball 85, and a ground ball pitcher. 4-3 with a 1.93 ERA. He pitched last night against the Blue Jays, one inning and 2/3 in Toronto's 4-1 win. 20 pitches and a hit. So overall, 37 1/3 innings. He must have gotten hurt. Yeah, those numbers are too good for someone just to get sent down. 19 hits, 13 runs, 8 earned, 2 dingers. He's walked 17 and struck out 12. Somewhere you have the 68 Colts and Jets cards from the old Strat Fan magazine. I have to find them and compare them. My general consensus versus Strat versus Action PC Basketball, for whatever reason for me, Strat PC Basketball flows. I like it a lot. The results come from either the shooter's card, the team defensive card, or the opposing player's defensive card. I like Action PC Basketball, but the game does not handle fatigue and injuries in the game all that well. As far as I'm concerned, it's a good game. I bought it a couple years ago. Wasn't sure if I'd like it or not. You take a good team, and man, does that game hum. Mullenix is 1 for 3. Rance is doubled and driven in a run. So 1 out. And Jeff Burrows is going to pinch hit. So Burrows, as a pinch hitter, is hitting .091. As a regular player, .230, 2 homers, 4 triples, and 22 RBI. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Strat Hockey. Just for me, the right amount of decision making. Jamie says, I think it's the same with Strat Hockey. Not the same amount of features as Action, but Strat flows better. I did the Strat Hockey game last Sunday for Mike Bossy. We actually finished in 1:09. Bases loaded. Gets away for a ball 4. And so the Jays go up 4-3. Here's Bell to 1 for 3. He's scored a run and singled. So they're loaded full of Torontos. Bell kind of gets a check swing. Schofield goes for Beniquez. That's his only play. George is retired. Garcia will score, and it's 5-3 Toronto. So let's see what they do with Al Oliver, who's 1 for 2. Al has singled and walked. And Garth Org is going to pinch hit. So they're making the Blue Jays use their bench. Garth has not pinch hit this year. 306, 4 homers and 12 RBI. Second and third, now Org. Ground ball to third, foul. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. You can't go wrong with the Action PC games. But I can't put my finger on what makes Strat better for me, but it is. For me, anyway. A ball and 2 strikes. Clements winds and deals. There's a ground ball to Pat. Mosby, I think, is going to hold. They'll get Org at first. And stretch time. 5-3 Toronto. So Jim Acker is going to come in here. Jimmy Key in line now for his 8th win since the Blue Jays gave him 2 runs in the top of the 7th. Acker 3-5, 4 saves, an earned run average of .476. 27 years old. Ground ball plus pitcher and a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. He has not faced the Angels. Last time out was against Oakland 5 days ago, and the Blue Jays 6-2 win. An inning and 2/3, 23 pitches and 2 strikeouts, 39 and 2/3 innings, 41 hits, 24 runs, 21 earned. He's given up 3 homers, walked 19, struck out 15. So he has a 2-run lead. Here's Schofield, who's 0 for 2. Acker starts his night with a ground ball to third. Manny Lee is playing third. He's a 3 and makes an immediate error. Org will stay in the game as a DH, and so the Angels, with Bob Boone of the tying run on. Steeler fan loves strat basketball growing up, but you lost interest in the NBA after the 97 season. Well, they have every season going back to 60, so the good thing is, even if you never play the new one, you can buy the retro season of your choice. For Jamie, for me, there's a lot of what happens in a hockey game that doesn't translate well into these games. That's absolutely true. Strat kind of boils the game down to the important stuff and still gives you choices to feel involved. I know Gardner, if he's not watching Pickle Girl, loves APA hockey and in the crease. And those two games kind of give you that feel. And APA, you don't make a lot of decisions, however, but Dave makes it work. Zalapsky says, thanks, everyone. The only strat I have is baseball. It's good, but I feel action is better. Maybe that explains my hesitation. Again, you know, for the card image and a new season, it's $61. Regularly, just for the card image and the game in the current season, it's $67. So if you're tempted, now's the time. I must have done a video on strap basketball, haven't I? I bought it so I could do one. Pitch to Boone. There's a pop-up right side, Upshaw, by the dugouts, and he's going to make the... Nope, run out of room. So they play in at third. We're not bunting Boone on a 2-strike count. Yeah, Action PC Baseball's pretty good. And if you like Action PC Basketball, it's a good game. There's nothing wrong with it. Big Dave, what do you play for Cards and Dice Baseball or that? Schofield on first. And Schofield's going to go. Boone throws it, or Witt throws it down. It's a strikeout for Boone, and Schofield steals the base. So Schofield on second, Beniquez at the plate, and Juan is 0 for 3. Schofield has his 6th stolen base. Beniquez hits a ground ball to first. Upshaw takes it to the bag, and Schofield goes to third. 2 out for Downing. Bryan has a triple. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Pitch from Acker. Downing swings. That's into right center field. Schofield's going to score. And Barfield bobbles it. So Downing is going to turn that into a single and an error. And the tying run is in scoring position. 2 out for who else? Reggie Jackson. He is struck out twice and is 0 for 3. So here we go. The irresistible force against the immovable object. Pitch to Reggie. Walked him. And so now the go-ahead run is on. And Mike Brown, who has had himself a day, he is 2 for 3, is at the plate. Big Dave grew up on Pursue the Pennant and Dynasty. Buy the cards and play every year. Cool. Hello there, Jim Nance. Hello, Pickle Friends. The Steeler fan bought PC Replay Basketball after watching Dave Gardner play it. I think for Replay, it needs more seasons. And I think I would like it better actually on the tabletop as opposed to on the computer. I pulled it out this week for grins and giggles and got bored with it fast. Pitched, well, Acker and Witt are going to get together. Pitch to Brown. Struck him out. Acker gets out of it. Not before the Angels get a run on a hit and 2 errors. Yeah, that was a smart walk. How about that? We go to the 8th, 5-4 Blue Jays. So Clemens is going to face Upshaw here. Willie is 0 for 3. Yeah, the biggest problem I have with PC replay basketball is it definitely needs more seasons. You can roll your own dice in the game, though. Upshaw stays in. He's 0 for 3. That's in the left. Back goes Downing in the corner. Brian will not make the catch. That's off the wall. Willie's got 2. He's going to hold right there with his 22nd double of the year. Apparently, though, now we're down to 12. Thanks, Taylor fan. Gardner brought him over from the pickle, from the hot tub. Here's Ernie Witt. Ernie 1 for 3, a double and an RBI. Again, I haven't had to ban anybody today. Witt stays in the game. Ground ball to third. DeCinces looks Upshaw back to the bag. Over to Beniquez for the out. Upshaw does take third. 1 out for Barfield. Infield playing in. Jesse's 0 for 2. A walk and a strikeout and a run scored. Base hit left field. Upshaw will score, so the lead goes to 6-4. That didn't work. 6-9-2 for the Jays. They've left on 6. The Angels 4-7-0, and they've left on 6. Fernandez 1 for 3. Tony has doubled and scored. Clemens deals. There's another base hit. Well, Clemens isn't doing all that well, is he? Brian Downing should have had that. Barfield's going to round third. Downing's going to throw to the plate. Schofield with the throw. It's going to be close. They got him. They throw him out. 7-6-2. Downing, Schofield, Boone. And Garcia comes to the plate. 1 for 4 with a run scored. So it's still to 6-4. 2 out. Fernandez is going to score on a base hit. One would think. Right back up the box. Clemens has it over to first, and that will retire the side. Jays get a run on 3 hits and no errors. Bill Cottle coming in. 6-4 Toronto. Cottle 2-4 with 9 saves, but his earned run average is .564. Oish. Cuffs, 29 years old. Fastball pitcher at 93 and a standard pitcher. Last pitched on the 9th against Seattle. He picked up the save in a 3-0 win. Went 1 inning through 20 pitches. Allowed a hit and walked 2. 22 and a third. 26 hits, 16 runs, 14 earned, 3 homers, 19 walks, 16 strikeouts. He has converted 9 of 13 saves. DeCinces 2 for 3. He homered in the 5th off of Jimmy Key. His 11th and is driven in. He had a bad May. What? 1 and 2 with 2 saves and an earned run average of 1856? That's a bad May. He hasn't given up an earned run since then in his last 11 appearances. Old Cactus League basketball used to get good reviews, although the customer service made Strat look good. No, you don't hear about it. Tom Mink's basketball is pretty good, too. Pitch to DeCinces. That's into left. Bell in the corner for the out. That is you buy the cards and play the game on your computer. The computer does not give you the card information. Bobby Grich is 0 for 2. He's walked and struck out. And one of my favorites, the Excel freebie above the rim where every season's available. Struck him out. So a 1-2 fastball on the inside corner, 2 out for Jones, who was 1 for 3. He's homered in this game. That was his 9th. Zalapsky Smurf played an 83 game on Sunday just after Buck made his cancer announcement. By coincidence, he was in the lineup, went 5 for 5, including a 3-run homer. You know what? You should send that to Rogers. Just write an email. I bet Buck would. I bet we get a kick out of that. Pitch to Jones. There's a fly ball to right. Barfield moving over. That is well struck. And Jones has his second home run of the game. So the Angels have cut this to 6-5. It's not an announcer's jinx that he hadn't allowed an earned run in 6 weeks. So Rupert Jones, who couldn't hit his weight, now has a game where he struck 2 home runs. So 6-5, 2 outs in the 8th. Schofield is 0 for 3. Scored a run and stolen a base. Cottle deals. There's a fly ball to the left. Bell going back there, but will make the catch. We go to the 9th. Clemens will face Mosby unless they pinch hit for him. Wow, no, you actually should do that. Milwaukee traded him to the... Man, I can't talk today. I got to record a podcast after this. Who traded him to Toronto. Yeah, you know, the older I get, the less inhibition you get for things like that. Certainly helps in their recovery that people remember you for all the good things. Lloyd 1 for 2, a single and an RBI and a run scored. He's walked twice. And for Lloyd, that's the kind of day it's been. Mosby hits a ground ball to first. Beniquez for the out. Donnie Moore is going to come in here in a minute. Well, no, we're going to let him face Manny Lee, and it's 1 for 8. He has scored 4 times, but the odds here are heavily in Clemens' favor. 1 out, top of the 9th. Lee chops one to third. DeCinces across the way. 2 out. For George Bell, and again, with a 184 outcome percentage. We're going to let Clemens try to finish this one out. It'll be Boone, Beniquez, and Downing in the 9th for the California. George 1 for 4. An RBI and a run scored. Struck him out, so Clemens does the 9th in style. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Cardiac time, kiddos. It's 8 after 8.5, 6-5, Toronto. Boone is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Beniquez and Downing to follow, and with Cottle on the mound, you got to think that Rod Carew might do a how do you do at some point. Won't be for Boone. It's a ground ball to first. Upshaw, 1 out. So Cottle looking for save number 10. Remember, the Blue Jays have this 51-34 record and don't have Tom Henke yet. He's coming, and it will make a big difference down the stretch for Toronto. Beniquez is going to get pinch hit for. So Rod Carew, how do you do? At 286, no homers and 13 RBI. Not used to being a pinch hitter. And it shows as he strikes out. He swings and misses on a 2-2 fastball. And it's the last chance saloon here for the Angels. So Downing 2 for 4. A single, a triple, an RBI, and a run scored. 6-5 Jays. And there's a fly ball left center field. Mosby running a long way to the wall, and the Blue Jays win it. A web jam. He crashes into the wall and hangs onto it. And the Blue Jays win this one 6-5. Man, did he run a long way. So Jimmy Key gets the win. He goes to 8-4. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs all earned. 2 homers, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. The homers to DeCinces and Jones. Acker gets the hold. Caudle, just a minute. Caudle, his 10th save. McCaskill takes the loss. 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs all earned. The wife wants to go do an errand. And she won't give me the proper 30 seconds to wrap this all up. Corbett and Clemens 2 2/3 to finish it. Tony Fernandez is going to be our Digital Dice MVP. 2 for 4 and 2 doubles. Oops, and I closed the box already. So let's do the rest of the day in baseball. Okay, you want the total 6-10 and 2 for Toronto. And they left on 7. 5-8-0 for California. And they leave on 6. The rest of this Friday, the 12th, in baseball, from Wrigley Field, the Rams doubled up on the Bears 14-7. Orel Hershiser 13-4. The corpse of Dick Ruthven is 1-8. Len Matuszek, who was traded for Al Oliver, gets his first homer as a Dodger, goes 2 for 2 and drives in 5. The Dodgers pound out 17 hits. That gets you an oofta. Yankees beat the Rangers 9-4. Whitson 2-8. Bob Sebra, there's a name you don't hear very much, 1-2. Oddibe McDowell 2 for 4, his 9th of the year, and drives in 2. Rick Russell throws a 2-hitter, strikes out 7, shuts out the Giants 4-0. He goes to 7-2. Gott falls to 5-8. Atlanta doubles up Philly 6-3 in a game that just probably delayed the 18,000th playing of Gone with the Wind. Imagine that on a Friday night you're curled up to watch a ball game and it's Atlanta and Philly. Combined they are 61 and 107. That's great baseball there for you, folks. Steve Bedrosian is 4-10 now. Shane Raleigh 6-7. By the way, I know we'll never get a 30-game winner again. John Denny, as we head into the All-Star break for Philadelphia, is 1-15. When was the last time we had a 30-game loser? Anyway, Mike Schmidt 2 for 3. He hits his 22nd. Expos shut out the Reds 4-0. David Palmer from Glens Falls, New York, goes to 4-9. Frank Pastore goes to 5-6. Hubie Brooks 2 for 4 with a double. Alan Trammell has himself a day, 4 for 5, his 6th of the year. He drives in 3 as the Tigers beat the Twins 10-7. Doug Baer goes to 4-2. Euphema, that sounds like something you'd see in a golf match where one of those prescriptions for. He falls to 1-2. Kansas City dumps all over Cleveland 6-1. Charlie Lebrun 11-7. Romero falls to 0-2. Hal McRae 2 for 4, his 11th of the year, and drives in 3. The Orioles beat up on the White Sox 7-4. Ken Dixon is 10-1. Nelson falls to 4-4. Lee Lacy 2 for 5, his 6th of the year, and 4 RBI. Cardinals steal 7 bases as they beat San Diego 4-1. Joaquin Andujar 12-6. Lamar Hoyt not liking the National League so much. He's 8-9. Coleman 2 for 4 with 2 stolen bases. Here you go, Steeler fan. Astros beat the Mets 7-1. Joe Niekro goes to 8-7. Ron Darling goes to 7-8. Billy Doran 2 for 4. Astros win, a double and a stolen base. Milwaukee beats Oakland 4-3. Teddy Higuera goes to 5-7. Chris Cordiroli 9-5. Eddie Romero 2 for 3 and 2 doubles. And last but not least, the Red Sox beat the Mariners 4-0. So things stay pat in the American League East. Kansas City now goes to 3.5 up in the American League West. Bruce Keeson gets the win. He goes to 5-3. Mike Moore falls to 8-6. Glenn Hoffman, 3 for 4 with a double. And with that, we say thank you very much. Sunday, we will pay tribute to Guy Lafleur. I think we'll do a game from 76 or a 76-77 matchup. We'll take a look. And then our game, it's a one-game baseball week. And right now, it's going to be the Dodgers and the Cubs. And the reason why we're only doing one game next week is because people have asked for golf. And so a tradition, unlike any other Hits Retro Sports Network, starting either Wednesday or Thursday, and we will do the all-time great Masters like we did a couple years ago. And so that's what's on the channel next week. 4 days of golf. Aren't you all excited about that? Along with the Dodgers and the Cubs. And again, Guy Lafleur on Sunday. Dave and I record as soon as I give my wife something. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one, everybody.